Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, know they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to the heat. How time zones leap. It matters just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar the body, just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push cheese like Bruce Lee. Yo, what's Dragon Ball Z? I'm Super Saiyan 3, and we finna walk them down any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining, cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty Lion could heal the pain, you know his name, but they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity being me, you gon' see its rise. My people so divine, know it's all time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone and listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When you start to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the times, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just tuning up the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speak encrypted, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity being me, you gon' see its rise. My people so divine, know it's all time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
You're muted. Your mic is muted.
Greetings. Sorry about that, folks. Greetings. Welcome to Let's Have the Conversation, folks. How's the panel? How's everybody? Everybody doing good?
Yes.
I'm doing
Better.
Yes, we doing good.
Good. That's perfect. Well, let's get this thing going. Let's start it off with let's icebreaker. How about a game? Let's throw it to Miss Gaia. What you got for us, Miss Gaia?
Oh, we are. Wait, I'm throwing it back. We're doing the pet peeves.
Are we doing the pet peeves? Let's do the pet peeves. Get it going.
Oh, we're doing something with the pet peeves? Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna let Maya start it. Let me mute myself. Go ahead, Maya.
Oh, okay, Maya. All right.
Greetings, everybody.
Greetings.
Can y'all hear me?
It's an echo.
Greetings, everybody.
We can hear you, but it's echoey.
Happy Wednesday to you all. Greetings to our committee below. I hope everybody is having a beautiful midweek start. So we're going to get right into it with the pet peeves. The first thing on the list is janky promoters. Let's have the conversation. I believe I would like Christina to tell us about the janky promoter experience that she has recently ran into. So let's go.
Okay, so first off, my pet peeve is con men, con artists, janky promoters, bullshit people. Sorry for my language. I'm just saying, I can't stand it. If you know you are not really who you say you are, let's not throw yourself in there the way you say you are. If you ain't really doing it, don't act like you're doing something. I'm just saying that's one of my pet peeves. Please understand it. Don't claim fame off of somebody else's name. By the way, the panel looks great.
Thank you. You look great, Governor.
I totally understand. You look beautiful, giving me the melanite mystique with the hair. I love it.
Right.
Man, but no, I totally feel you, Governess, with the portraying yourself to be something when you're not, and especially if there's money on the table. Yeah, that's never okay, ever. That's never okay. I understand. Anybody else have some pet peeves out there?
I just feel
I'll
like
go.
I just feel
Go
like
ahead,
it's
Miss
a
You want me to go?
disservice to whatever brand it is that you're trying to build, that you're trying to promote. If you are trying to come up on somebody else's hard-earned money, somebody else's hard-earned dream, something that they live, they eat, they sleep, they breathe, they think they've manifested this life, this career that they want. And it doesn't matter if you've been in the game 20 years versus my one. Like, I've done my research, I know what works. And if you decide that you want to link with me, it's because you see something in me. You know that I have what I got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're willing to, take out time with me, invest in my artists, find out who I am, get to know me, get to know my artists. And, you say you're helping me. You say that you're not making any money off of this, but you are. You're lying and you're taking money out of my pocket. You're telling me that you're not making it, you're not getting anything from it, like you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, and you're not. And everybody knows you're not. Everybody that knows how you move, everybody who knows how you operate your business knows this about you.
Yeah. I've dealt with some janky promoters in my day too, so I totally understand where you're coming from. What were you gonna say, Governess?
Listen, I get a phone call, y'all. After I do the live, I get a phone call that says, Governess, we know him. He's part of our family, and we don't claim him because he's married into the family. The people that he keeps claiming that he's affiliated with, which is DTP and Ludacris, they don't claim them. Shaka Zulu don't claim him. He's a janky promoter. He has stolen money from a lot of people. He has did a lot of dirt to people in Atlanta, and nobody deals with him.
Yeah, see.
Just saying.
That's crazy. But a lot of people out here in the music game and entertainment game, they always pump themselves up to be more than what they are. A lot of them do that. They take your money. You know what I'm saying? Playing games. They might have the connections, but it's not the connections that they're pumping themselves up to claim to have. So yeah, I totally get it. And especially in the game, it's pay to play. It's pay to play. And if you're doing the pay to play thing, you want your money's worth. It is what it is, So I totally understand. Totally. Yeah. Anybody else got any pet peeves they want to get off their chest?
I can think of a pet peeve. It's because I guess from being a mother, but my children leave the tops off of everything. And that drives me nuts. Because if you take a jug of water and you put a top on it so that the water stays in the container, if you take that top off and you don't put it back, 10 minutes later, you're going to knock it over and then it's a big mess because you didn't have the top on it. And they tell me I complain too much about it as they're cleaning up the puddle that's on the floor because they didn't put the top back on something. That and leaving the drawers open. Those are my two.
So that gets on your nerves, huh?
My mommy peeve. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. And they do it. They keep
no.
So I told
no matter how small or how big, a pet peeve is a pet peeve.
One day.
This is no matter what. A pet peeve is a pet peeve for sure. That's.
I got one.
Yeah, I can see that. What you got?
Take care of your fucking teeth, or quit trying to eat people's boxes.
Okay.
Keep your
Please
bacteria.
have your oral hygiene together.
That's a pet peeve.
Keep your bacteria mouth to yourself.
What you
So,
don't
I
want
saw
your
a
box to get
video recently.
gingivitis?
No.
You know.
Especially if
You
your
want
teeth
a
look like this.
No.
Oh, you don't want gopher? You don't want the
Well,
gopher? The
raw-
gopher down in there? That's too
Well, I
funny.
just learned recently that
Okay.
you can get a cavity from kissing somebody who has a cavity.
I ain't never heard of
Really?
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
That's a new one on me.
I just heard that. I
That's
was
a new one.
I know I heard it within the past week. And
Huh.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
crazy.
nobody getting, cavities down there. That's not even
Right. Well, one of my
either.
one of my pet peeves is inconsiderate people. You know, I have the neighbor from hell. Okay. Now, you're in your mid-20s. Oh, you don't know that stomping at 2 in.the.morning, people are going to hear that? Why do I need to know every time you go to the bathroom? Because you slammed the toilet seat. Why do I need to know when you're playing a video game? Because you want to yell at the top of your lungs on your headset to whoever you playing with. It's 3 in.the.morning. Then when I say something, I'm wrong. You know how that go. But yeah, that's a pet peeve for me, for sure. For sure. It's like you have neighbors. Come on now. Like I don't do that. Don't do that. Oh man. Anybody else got any pet peeves this evening?
Got one.
What's up?
Okay. Picture it.
Okay,
April
Sophia.
18th. It was round about. It was round about 1:30 in the afternoon, guys. I'm in the drive-through at Popeyes. All I'm trying to do is try their spicy flounder sandwich. Okay. It took forever. I'm in the line. It's taking forever. It's taking longer than it has to. I get to the window. They have completely messed up my order, even though I spoke into the mic twice and told them what I wanted. Still got it wrong. Fixed it at the window. The person at the window, in conjunction with what Quatita was speaking about with teeth, they were long and they were brown. They were long and they were brown. Okay. She hands me my sandwich. I open it. I'm trying to eat it. I can't focus on the sandwich because her teeth match the color of the sandwich and the sauce. I was like, what's happening? There was grease coming out of the meat. I don't know if the grease was cooked, overcooked. The bread was dipped with the meat. It was greasy.
Wow.
The skin ratio
Are you
to the hair
serious?
ratio to the meat ratio was all the same color. At this point, I'm about to fly off Earth because I'm livid. I'm shocked. You scratching at the window. You scratching your hair like. I drove off.
Oh.
I just drove
I
off.
bet you
I threw the
did.
mess away. And this was the second time I had gone to a Popeyes where I wanted to try.
You were scared to eat
And
that.
each
I would have
time it
been.
has been absolutely disgusting. And I don't know what is
Yeah,
going on with drive-through, but I'm boycotting all drive-throughs. I'm just gonna go in, and if I see something that I don't like, I'm out. F you. It's a wrap. It's done.
As you should.
Yeah,
Teeth and chicken
yeah,
do
you
not
should. I
mix
mean,
if
these
it's the
places
same
are
color. That's all I'm
nasty.
saying.
You can't be too trusting. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. If it don't look right, it ain't right. It is what it is. Man, I saw somebody in the comments say something about manipulation. That is a pet peeve of mine as well. I don't try to manipulate me. I'm not Boo Boo the Fool. I wasn't born yesterday, last night. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Say it again.
I said, especially when they act like you don't know it. You sit up there reading their
Right,
book,
right.
you know what's going on, and they act like you don't.
Right. That part. It's like, don't do that. Don't do
They
that.
don't know why.
Right. Chaz, you got any pet peeves?
Oh, and Maya, the Popeye sandwich, it's not that good. So don't even.
It ain't. It's really not.
I ain't try it. It's greasy, and of course my child liked it. She killed it, but I tasted it. It was so
Well, yeah,
good.
that.
They fry it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They do. But I think it's to each his own. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chaz, you got any pet peeves this evening?
Yeah, so I'm like I'm organized, but then I'm not. I just don't like when people come touch my things and move stuff around because I got it set in a certain place so I can
Mm,
remember
mm-hmm,
what I did with it. So
mm-hmm,
when you come and touch it and move
mm-hmm.
it, I'm kind of like freaking out.
Right.
Like, what you do with that? Like I know I had it right there. Like, why did you touch it and
Mm-hmm.
get it over there? And then it just be
Right, right. Like leave my stuff alone. I know
and
exactly
knock
how I
my
put
day
it, where
off.
I put it, when I put it.
Yes, and knock my
Mm-hmm.
day off. And I just
Absolutely.
now I know I set it right.
Absolutely.
And when you start having
Man.
kids, it gets so much worse. And then, you know, if you got more than one, they lie on each other. So, ooh, yeah. Don't touch my stuff. And if they touch my stuff, say, how would you like if I go in your room and touch all your stuff? I'm going in there and throw away everything that's on the floor. See how that works.
Right.
That's too funny. Hey, Darby, you got any pet peeves?
Okay, so my biggest pet peeve is whenever I would go out to eat with my folks, and it'd be me, my mama, and my sister, and every single time, I kid you not, every single time, whenever my dad got done eating, he would just blow his nose. Like I
Oh,
would never understand. Like clearly the
what, like
germs
at
of
the
it all
table?
at the table. Every single
Oh,
time, I kid you not. I
interesting.
mean, I got
Sister
used to
does
it, but
that
that don't
too.
mean that I like it.
Yeah, my sister does it. I'd
I
be
mean,
like,
I understand.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
like it's. I guess it's after all of that
Where did
hard
that
work
come
and
from?
chewing, and then with the eyes be watering, the nose be running, and then I guess you just got to get it out at the end. But I mean, you can at least go to the bathroom for that because that ain't called for.
Absolutely.
I
Oh,
And, you
mean,
know, chewing,
no.
they say chewing burns some calories.
maybe it's a
So,
southern thing, maybe
you know,
because I don't know if the
chewing.
people up north do it, but I know damn sure down here in the south, every restaurant that I went to, there's always that one man that just blow his nose and don't even care.
Wow.
Don't do
I'm
that.
so glad I don't recall experiencing that. And I'm grateful. I'm very
Well,
grateful.
unfortunately, I do. So,
Yeah.
look, more power to
Mm.
you.
What? No, 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 Darby. What are the people in the chat saying in the committee? What is the committee talking about? What are some of their pet peeves? I know I saw one.
Mm-hmm. I saw
Loud
one.
food
We're going
chewers.
to
I
swallow
saw
in
sagging
container.
pants. Um,
Yes.
the bad kids in the grocery stores
You're
when they be
right.
throwing a little hissy fit because they can't get that one little sneaker, even though it's 75 cents. But the mom said, "I told you you ain't
Mm-hmm.
finna go in the store and get nothing," and
Oh
yet you
yeah,
still ask
the
for something.
pants is mine too.
Right. Absolutely.
Wait,
Absolutely.
I
So
got
what else they
one.
saying down there? Oh, well, who?
I got one. Mine is the old people driving during working hours, like when I'm trying to get to work because I done left the
Mm,
house extra late and I only got 2 minutes to get there, and then I get behind
mm-hmm.
somebody 100 years old that don't need to be driving at all and their license need to be revoked. But I mean, like it
Or
happens every day. Like I be yeah, on 10,
they
ready to
just don't know the
lose.
laws of the road, and you can tell. You could tell.
True.
You could tell they're not from here. You could tell
I
they
just
they
think they
guess
can't
they
see.
winging it. You could
They
tell.
see
You could tell.
now.
Somebody else said when they
I
use
just
the
think they
bathroom, it
can't
don't
see.
spray.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Child.
Or at
yeah,
least give a
that's it.
courtesy flush. I mean, we don't want
Exactly.
to smell that.
Right,
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
right. Something. Anything's gonna be better smelling than what just came out of you. I guarantee.
Right. Right. Whew. Mm.
Yeah, that's annoying. That could be annoying. But yeah, that driving, Gaia, I totally get it. Although I've gotten a lot
Yes.
better with I want my road rage, if you will. But yeah, it's still that's annoying, especially if you're on a schedule. Especially if you're on a schedule. Man.
Martian, have
So
you ever
Dark.
driven past somebody
Huh?
who's driving super slow and you get up to the side of them because you want to cuss them out and you be like, oh Lord, that's my grandma, I can't do that. And you have to sit back and shut your mouth. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like
absolutely.
when that
But you still
happens.
give them the evil eye. But you still give them the
Yeah,
evil
but they
eye,
don't
like if
see you. They can't
if you
see.
wasn't.
It's the vision.
It just made me
Their
feel
vision
better.
is
It just
gone.
made me feel better.
Hmm.
That's all. It just knowing I
Yep.
gave the stank eye, but I couldn't cuss you out. It just made me feel better about my life. That's all.
Hmm.
You're right.
They be mad when the DMV say, nope, you gotta go and get an evaluation before you drive some more. They be in their office mad trying to fill out their paperwork. Crazy.
Right.
They ain't supposed to be driving.
That's
They
too
need their
funny.
home knitting a rug or something. I don't know, but not driving.
No, I feel you. But I try to keep in mind too. I do, and not always, but maybe they ain't got nobody to take them to the stuff. You know what I'm saying? To that doctor's appointment. You know what I'm saying? They doing the best they can. Now, I don't always have that. Well, I mean, if gas is $1 million a gallon, who got money for a lift? I'm on the West Coast. Gas is no joke. Man, but yeah, I mean, I try to keep that mindset, but it don't always work. It really don't. It don't. It just is what it is. Man. But Darby, are they saying anything else down there in the comment? And in the committee. The committee.
No, they're really just laughing at everything that we're saying right now. Nothing specific.
Oh, well, while we got the laughing going, I'm gonna go ahead and move into the game part.
Oh, you want to play the game? Okay.
Yes. So, y'all, this is the hardest thing for me to do, to come up with the 2 truths and a lie, because I ended up, when I was trying to come up with them, I done had all lies, and I was just like, I can't do it.
Gaia.
I mess up every time. Like, I cannot. Y'all don't understand. I was staring at the paper forever. Just blank.
No, I understand.
I'm with you right there. I'm with you right there.
I understand. Okay. Hey, but before we jump into Gaia, let's take a quick commercial break.
Oh, okay.
Okay? We'll be right back, y'all.
This is a company that I use. This is toothpaste. This is all melanite, Black owned. I love it. I use it every day.
And we're back. Hey. All right. So let's pick up where we left off with Miss Gaia with the game. What's the name of the game again?
2 truths and a lie. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. So I was a live-in nanny for 5 years. And way back in the day, I was in a choir that sung back up for Kirk Franklin. And then my last one is, I have only lived in one city and state all of my life, and that is Nashville, Tennessee.
I don't believe that you say back up.
I was thinking that too. I'm with Quartita on that. No offense. I'm sorry. No offense. I love you though.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna say I don't believe you. I don't believe you've lived in Nashville all your life. I think you've bounced around.
That's the one I was thinking about.
So, no, those are both true. I have never been a nanny.
Really?
So that was the lie.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day, right?
Okay, so that means that you. Okay. It's confusing when you try to figure out which one is the truth.
Wait a minute. I missed it. Which one was the truth?
So the 2 that were the truth, 2 were true. Y'all making me feel like I did it wrong. But no, I sung back up for Kirk Franklin with a choir. And also, I've lived in Nashville, Tennessee all my life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the lie was she's never been a nanny.
Never been a nanny.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, okay, vocals come through.
Right.
Kirk Franklin. Go, girl.
Right. Get it? All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Go for it, Miss Natasha.
Okay. The first one is I got hit by a car when I was 9. The second one is the first time I flew on a plane. I'm like terrified of heights, so I started screaming. And the flight attendants went and told the pilot, and they said if I didn't shut up, that they were going to have to do an emergency landing to put me off the plane. And then
Okay.
the other thing is I have an identical twin sister.
Hmm.
I thought that was 4.
Ah, hell.
I thought you said 4.
I come with the truth.
Oh, my bad.
I come with the truth.
I told you.
Anybody got a guess?
Yeah, you don't have an identical twin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the lie
agree
too.
with that. That's the lie. No identical twin.
Okay, well, you all are right. But I would like to say that when I was younger, they called me Laura Winslow because they said we look just alike. But I'm aged now. But then I had an identical twin, and her name was Laura. And she was dating Steve.
Ah.
Well, I'm sorry,
Gotcha.
Stefan Appel.
Okay.
You're funny.
But I did get hit
That's
by a
too
car when I
funny.
was 9, and I remember it too.
Well,
So
well, yeah, that's no
a traumatic
bueno.
experience. I'm sure you won't forget that.
Yeah,
it
that's gonna stick with you.
Yep. Called Knockman City.
All right,
I
who
jumped
wants-
on the range.
Right. That's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I used to be engaged to a genome. I also was missing when I was 10. There was a large search party for me. And I've never dated women.
Could have kept that one.
Did you say one?
You should have just put that one in the trash.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Well, we know the lie on that one.
I was so stuck. I had my lie and I couldn't.
That ain't just a lie. That's a damn lie.
Damn, I didn't even hear
Was
it.
not true for that one. Let me think. That's funny.
What was the third one?
Yeah, that
I
went
didn't
over
hear
a
it. What
lot
was
of
the third
years.
one?
We
I'm
all
sorry,
know
I
that
could not remember my lie. Shit.
It don't even matter.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what happened?
That's too funny.
Wait a
That's
minute, though.
hysterical.
You used to be engaged to a genome?
We had a baby too. I lost a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, she said that on one of her story times.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing that popped in my
I didn't pay
head.
attention. Yeah, I know that's true. When she said, like, no, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Mhm.
I heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the chat is over there like, what?
I know they all like, what is going on?
Forget the fact you was missing when
You
you was
just messed
10.
me
It
up
was
with
a
that. I
large
had to
search
put on my
party.
smile.
Right.
You was engaged to a
Wow.
Wait, no, let's go back to that. You were missing when you were 10? I don't remember hearing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
we
remember
ain't
that one
heard
either.
one.
So my first
I think you
boyfriend,
kept that one from us.
he had a new game, and I went to his house to play. When I came out, police were everywhere. It was a large search party looking for me.
She was playing hide and seek.
Oh, because you didn't tell nobody where you was going.
Right.
Mom said, where she at? She's supposed to be home at 3:30. It's 3:30.
That's probably why they
Because
waiting
I know
around.
she whooped that butt. I know she did. She whooped your butt, didn't she?
It was my
Throw it
aunt.
up.
It was my aunt, my mom's sister. My mom had just passed, so I was out of my mind.
Mm.
You know?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, she was pissed.
Okay. Makes sense.
Well,
Makes
he might
sense.
not have got
Makes
beat.
sense. But she was pissed.
I
Right.
walked up to the
She had
side of my aunt,
sympathy.
like, "What's going on?" She was like, "Where you been?"
Ooh, I know you got beat. My mom would have beat my ass.
Man, right?
Beat
Man.
all the way home. All the way home.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. So let's see. Okay. I love roller coasters. I've driven from LA to Oregon a few times by myself. I've done a 180 on the freeway.
Mm,
Mhm.
those are good ones.
I'm gonna have to go with the Oregon to you said California to Oregon? You said
Hmm.
multiple
I
times.
don't think you like roller coasters.
Couple of times.
Maybe it's the roller
I
coasters, because I
mean,
think you did a 180 before. You look
he
like you
might
would
not
do
like
that.
roller coasters. I don't
I
do
feel it. I feel it.
Um,
What you
Roller
Actually,
do?
Chaz, you
coaster.
got it. I could. Don't want to put no roller coaster. I get motion sickness
Me
bad.
either.
I
Don't
knew it.
I
don't do that.
knew it.
Don't do that. I'm gonna throw it on everybody. Everybody gonna be mad. Yeah,
No, you
don't do
don't
that.
do like me. I wait in the line the whole time. It'd be a 4 hour wait. I wait and get up to the front and say, I changed my mind.
You-
I don't do no roller
I
coasters
See,
mean,
I couldn't
at
deal with
all.
you.
But you know what? I tell the people I go with,
Oh,
look,
I'll talk to
I'm gonna go
you.
in
I'll
line
talk to
with
you.
you. I'm gonna hold your
Hmm.
jacket. I'll do all that. But I'm not getting on
But
that.
I ain't getting
But I
on.
go through the
I
whole
ain't getting
experience
on.
with you.
I'll be
I'm
at
not
the
getting. I'm just
exit.
not doing it.
Hmm. And
So
it's a
what
walk of
made you do
Okay.
shame
that
when they make
180
you
one
go
day?
past everybody. Yes.
Right, right.
Mm.
The 180. Okay. So I was coming home from work. It was about 10:30 at night. There was a car in front of me. The car in front of me hit a deer,
Mm.
and
Oh
I
yeah.
spun in the blood of the gut of the deer and did a 180 on the freeway.
Oh
And
wow.
so I was grateful
Was your
because the
window
people
up?
behind me saw me and everybody stopped. Spirit was there. Spirit was there that day because everybody stopped. And I was able to
Was
turn
your
the car
window
back
up?
around and pull over and all that. Say it again.
Was your window up? That would probably would have got me if all the guts got on me. You know,
Okay.
it's one thing to hit
uh,
your car. It's one
Well,
thing
no,
to
no,
hit
no,
your.
no. They, I know, right? No, no. They hit the deer. I didn't hit the deer.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah,
said the gut said something.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. It
That's
wasn't like,
real
yeah,
bad.
no, no. They got the impact of the blood and the guts and all that good stuff. It was just the undercarriage of my car was covered in that, if you know what I'm
So the
saying.
deer will total your
So
car.
yeah, yeah. And their car was totaled. That it was.
Hmm. Oh, I'm a country girl. I know. I don't drive fast at night. Lights on,
My,
bright.
my man, man, my J, you got one for us?
Hey. Okay. Yes. So let's see. My favorite color is purple. When I was younger, I fell into a hog pit and almost got stampeded by a group of wild hogs.
Oh,
And
good.
I won my city,
Oh, yeah.
county, and state spelling bee.
I can see you winning the spelling bee. So I'm not gonna go with that one.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
What
And
was the
I,
first one
Hmm.
again?
she like purple.
Okay, perfect.
His favorite color is purple.
Um,
Which
hmm.
what could be the
I feel like you're real smart, so you
I'm
probably
gonna,
won all those spelling bees.
I'm going.
Um,
I, I'm gonna say you got trampled
yeah.
or almost got trampled. That's what
I
I'm gonna
think
say.
trampled is a
That's the
lie.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
Trampled.
trampled is the
I'm gonna
lie.
Mm-hmm.
say
I
I'm gonna
think
say
being
purple's
trampled
not your
because you
favorite
would be
color.
dead if you fell into a pig pen. You said lie is your favorite
Well,
color,
I
not
hate to
purple?
disappoint y'all.
Oh,
I really, really hate to
lie.
disappoint y'all. But you are correct. I did not get trampled by a wild hog.
Oh,
See?
well,
I knew it. I
See?
knew
Because
it.
I know them pigs will eat you. Yeah.
oh my God.
Man,
You
I'm
fall
glad you
into a
didn't.
pig
That's
pen, you have
traumatic.
to.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm. But that is
Probably
dramatic.
walk by dogs and cats, be having flashbacks. You probably hate animals.
Getting it.
Not the flashbacks. Ooh.
Man.
They getting everything.
Oh man, that's too funny. Okay, who's next?
I can go. I can go. Oh, Chaz, you want to go
No, no,
again?
no. Oh, no,
You
no.
want to
Yeah,
go?
let's go. Let's do Chaz and then Darby. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Can't
muted.
can't 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 hear you, Chaz.
We
You
can't
muted,
hear
baby.
you.
She's not muted. I don't know why we can't hear her. No, you're not
I don't know.
muted.
I can't hear her. I don't know. Well, while she's figuring it out,
Okay.
let's go on to Darby. while she's figuring that out.
Okay.
Okay. So mine are I almost died when I was little. I've eaten a bug before, and I can dunk a basketball.
And you can dunk a basketball?
Yes.
Um, can I?
You
Can I
can't
go?
dunk the basketball.
Yep, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
no
I
to
was
the
gonna say I don't
basketball.
think you can dunk a basketball. That's kind of where I am. Like I I don't
I
know
was
though.
thinking, but I don't think you almost died as a child.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No.
Still
Oh,
no
y'all
fam?
gonna do me like
I
this,
yeah.
like y'all
You
did the
did
other
now.
week? Like y'all really like playing with me.
We can hear you, Chaz.
Oh,
What?
y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
That
well
was
I'll
good.
repeat it so Chaz can hear me one more time.
Okay,
Okay, I
okay, okay.
said I almost died when I was little. I've eaten a bug before, and I can dunk a basketball.
The first two
I'm
is
gonna say dunk the basketball. I'm
Y'all
gonna have
really
to
might
Country.
be coming for me, bro. I
y'all can like
can't.
see.
You not been eating bugs though.
I can't with
I
y'all.
know.
Did you eat those?
I'm gonna have to say dunk a
I think
basketball.
everybody's.
You had a bug diet that you were eating?
I don't know. I don't you
No,
know.
see what happened with that
I don't
was
think you. I don't think you almost died.
no. I did almost die when I was little, but
Oh
back to the bug
wow.
part. When I didn't really eat it. It's so much I crunched it. But let me tell you how the story went. So I was outside playing basketball with my sister, and my sister and our next door neighbor. And they was playing or whatever, and I was at the goal, and I was just talking and talking and talking, and all of a sudden a fly flew in my mouth while I was talking, and I felt the crunch.
Ew.
It was the
Did
crunch
you
of it
swallow it or
all.
did you spit
Uh,
it back out?
I mean, I did. I crunched it
Mm.
twice because at first I thought it was something that was in my tooth, but eventually, of course, I spit it.
Mm.
Eventually, at first I spit
You
it
needed some
out,
extra
but
protein that day.
yeah, I
what did
spit it
it
out
taste
though.
like?
Mm.
I mean, it was like a bone. Like all I can
Uh,
remember thinking it was just a bone. It was a crunch. It wasn't a taste.
why
It
did
was
I
more so
ask?
the crunch. But
You said
okay,
Ow.
bone.
and
Ow.
Okay.
when I almost died when I was little, I was at the reservoir with my mom and my sisters and my cousins, and I went a little too deep, and the next thing I knew, I was just underwater. I don't even remember going under. I just remember I was under the water, and then I saw a fish looking at me.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
and
Well,
then my
that's no
mama snatched me
bueno.
up.
Okay.
You know, I almost died
Well,
that
thank you,
same
mom.
way. I got dunked
For
when I
real?
was
I
like
did
2 years
too.
old in the lake, and the bottom of the lake opened up to a
Really?
bright light, and I could hear my mom screaming, and somebody snatched me out the water, and I wasn't allowed to go back into the water.
I couldn't
What?
imagine why. Just like me.
Wow.
I mean, my
This
daddy
happened
had to pull
first
me
too.
out.
Mm.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm gonna have to come up with something
I
better
was
because
a
y'all keep
swimmer,
coming
so I
for
didn't
me.
have to.
Wait a minute. Have we all had near-death experiences on this panel?
I think I done had
I
Um.
have.
several.
I have.
Yeah. Well, not the swimming, but as far as I was really sick one time when I was younger, and the doctors couldn't figure it out. I had a real high temperature. I felt like I was on the brink of dying, but I didn't. And yeah,
Mm.
I feel like in my soul I was on the brink. I really do.
Well, I've been
Yeah.
there. I have I was in the hospital. Well, I wasn't in the hospital at first, but I woke up one day and I was seeing stuff like people that I saw a Chinese parade. I don't know. I saw people that I described as Haitians. I wrecked my car twice that day. This all happened in one day. And I figured that I couldn't see. So I went to America's Best and pulled up in the parking lot and told the lady I needed glasses. She said, "No, you got to get out of here and go to the hospital." So I went to the hospital, and Yehuda confirmed it for me, actually, governess, at one of your aesthetics. And I was on my way out. I don't know why I was saved, but he said they had come to collect me, and I didn't go apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you about it
Wow.
one day. It was an experience, and I
Sounds like it.
yeah, it changed me. It changed me forever. So,
I
and my
bet.
daughter started having gifts after that. So it changed my whole family actually. So
I bet. That sounds like something that
yeah.
would change you. Anybody,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Saw
that's
two little
crazy.
genome girls skateboarding. They was on roller skates, skating towards my car in the middle of the street. And I stopped and asked this man,
Wow.
"Who are these little girls?" And he looked at me like, "Who are you talking about?" I was gone. I don't know, but I had lesions on my
That's
brain, and so I had to go immediately into the hospital. It was crazy,
but but
but I'll tell y'all about it
but
one day.
spirits, yeah, spirit spared you though. We grateful. Man,
I wasn't
man,
scared. It was
man,
just
man.
they were so
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
peaceful.
sorry. I'm sorry.
They
I
made
just
me
saw
feel
Marty's
like
comment.
no. Oh, they were peaceful. I probably would have if I hadn't had children. I would have been gone. I would have chose to go.
Right,
It
right,
was an
right.
experience that answered a lot for me, and it started me on my journey. So yes.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Hey, Chaz.
Okay, so my three are: I was born in November, I'm a miracle baby, and I experienced 5 accidents, maybe more. Two or three of two or three of them being near death experience.
I don't think you're born in
Wait, and what?
November.
Yeah, November for me too.
Mm.
Correct.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Correct.
good.
You've
Correct.
had five. You've had five near death experiences.
Well,
Wow.
I would have to say like accidents, but I know for sure as I can count, like at least two or three or more of them was probably near death experiences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
Wow.
know that
two of them
it
was
feels
That's
good to know
when
that
I
insane.
was
it's
younger,
all
I
that.
couldn't remember. I couldn't remember, but my auntie would tell me about accidents like, "Oh, you don't remember opening the car door and flying out?" I said, "What?" We look
Oh
back
my
and you wasn't
gosh.
in there. I'm like,
Wow.
Hmm.
yeah, and it caused, and then like I have like the like sometimes my my thoughts will come back to me, and I can remember
Yep.
like my cousins being in the hospital and all that, but I was fine. You know what I'm saying? I was fine. They was the ones in like the little beds and all that. I'm like, and that kind of sticks with me. Like, dang, I did that. Because I
Hmm.
decided to do
Wow.
that.
Right. Wow. Wow. It sounds like we've all been through something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It sounds like we all done.
I had my one experience over that 24-hour period, but like I said, it taught me a lot. But I can't imagine five, like between 2 and 5 times going through that. That would have
Yeah.
you strong.
And
You
it
got
takes
something
a
to work
lot.
to do.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Actually, it kind of gave me anxiety. It took me a while to even drive a car. Like
Yeah.
I just started driving like last year because I have like driver's anxiety and stuff like that. Due
Right.
to, and I never could figure out why. You know what I'm saying? But them car
Right.
accidents, it'll do it.
I can
Yeah.
relate, Chaz. I was in a bad governance knows. I was in a bad accident as well, and I had to push through it. I had
Mm.
to. So
Yeah.
I understand that. I totally understand that. Having that
Yeah.
anxiety.
Have you told anybody that story?
Not publicly, like, family members or whatever, but I'm never just like, oh, and by the way, what I'm saying? Like, no.
Right. Like, hey, I almost died. You want to hear about it?
Right. I mean, I can. I mean, I don't, I've accepted it and it is what it is. Not like that, but it is what it is.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah. It was the
It becomes a part of
strangest
you.
message I've read in a very long time when you sent it to me. Um, the first being one of my clients texted me and said my boyfriend just shot me in my head and fucked me up. Excuse my
What?
language, but it did.
Oh,
And
what?
I immediately called her. But yours come in number 2 as the strangest text message I've ever gotten.
Hmm.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so real quick, what she's talking about, I was driving
home. This is on Veterans Day last year. I was driving home. It was about 11:30 coming from the store. I was on a poorly lit street. And as I was going down the street, my phone lit up. I glanced at it. I glanced back and I hit a pedestrian.
Oh,
It was a homeless
wow.
man in the middle of the street. He had his back to me. He didn't
Oh
look at
my
me.
God.
He didn't flail his arms. He didn't try to move. He didn't do anything. He just stood there.
He was still
And
standing?
I hit, say it again.
He was still standing?
I'm talking about as far as upon impact. I saw
Oh,
in
okay.
that
Okay.
split second of glancing from my phone, because my phone is
Mhm.
here, you know what I'm saying? And the road is here,
Yeah.
straight ahead. So I glanced at the phone, I glanced back, and he was there. And again, he didn't try to move, he didn't look back, he didn't yell, he didn't do anything. He just stood there. I wasn't going that fast because there was no tire tracks. I wasn't under the
Mhm.
influence. I wasn't listening to the radio. Nothing out of the ordinary. And I mean, and he passed away 2 days later from that.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, it was the old homeless
That's
genome
hard.
man.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's weird, but that's how I say, Chaz, I can relate to that anxiety. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I had to know that there was no malice in my heart. I wasn't aiming for
Right.
him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it happened.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. Upon me hitting him, there was a fire truck going the opposite direction, so he got immediate attention. That's the crazy part to me.
Wow.
Then not only
Wow.
that, I know this is gonna sound, but the police, they treated me, for lack of a better term, like I was a genome, asking me, was I okay? They didn't ask me, had I been
What?
drinking? Was I under the influence? They didn't ask me none of that. They have a seat in
Wow.
the car, the whole nine. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this. I knew my black ass was going to jail that night. I just
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yehuda was
damn,
there,
wow,
Yehuda
you
and them.
feel that way. Yeah.
Mm.
Yehuda and them. Just saying.
Wow.
Because that could have went a
Wow.
whole nother way.
It
Could have
could
went a
have.
whole nother way.
Hmm.
Anywho, enough on me.
Wow.
I want to throw it over to
That's
Darby real quick. Can we get
hmm.
Darby's the moment in time, and then after that we're gonna take a commercial break.
Okay, greetings everyone once again. Today I decided to do Brittany Griner. If you all have remember, she's a WNBA player. She was arrested back in February on alleged charges of having hash oil, which is a cartridge that was in her bag. But let's get into it. Okay. The 31-year-old WNBA player Brittany Griner is arguably the greatest female basketball player of all time, standing at 6'9" and 205 pounds. She is the Tom Brady of her sport. Born October 18, 1990, the Houston, Texas native earned a scholarship to Baylor University, where she led her team to a national championship. She is now one of the WNBA's most dominant players in history, widely considered the best offensive player in the league. Few have accomplished what Ms. Griner has done, winning college championships, WNBA and EuroLeague titles, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and her ability to dunk is unmatched, unlike mine, according to you all earlier. Off the court, she has also been seen as a trailblazer, coming out as gay at 22, just around the time of her entry into the professional sport, which was in 2013. She then became the first overall draft pick in the WNBA that year, and soon after the first openly gay athlete to be endorsed by Nike on April 30th, 2013. She also had a second job, and that was why she had flown to Russia to play for EuroLeague team UMMC Ekaterinburg, where she had worked since 2014 during the U.S. offseason. Roughly half of WNBA players compete overseas in their off season. For most of them, it's a way to augment their domestic income. Most WNBA players receive roughly 5 times more in Russia than they do in the US. And that's all that I have for Miss Griner this evening.
We appreciate that, Darby. What are they? Go ahead, Chance.
I was just agreeing on that last statement he made that they do get paid more in other countries than they do in the US, especially when it comes to like women's sports, like WNBA. It's not as much endorsement, you know what I'm saying? It's not as much money coming in, and you know, you gotta remember we are women, you know, we have cycles, we have to carry kids and all that. Like it's just not enough financial support going on in that area, which is why they have to pick up like Lisa Leslie being a model, doing extra jobs just to compete on the men's level of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you just that just ain't it.
And commenting on what Shia McGuire said, yes, she is still locked up as of April. If I remember correctly, when I was looking up earlier, they're gonna have a hearing about her May the 19th over there in Russia, if I remember correctly. So as of right now, she's still locked up, but did somebody say something? Oh. But as of right now, she's still locked. Okay, but as of right now, she is still incarcerated per se. But they said that she's still doing okay. They went and the people went and checked on her, and also I had saw where Lisa Leslie had she was on some kind of panel. I forgot what show it was, and she said that someone in the league told her not to speak about it. Not to speak about her being locked up over there in Russia. So I found that to be really messed up, for lack of better words, that the women knew, but they wasn't allowed to speak about it due to, I guess they don't want to cause any more ruckus that's going on over there in Russia.
Suspicious?
Very suspicious.
All of it seems just wrong and foul. Like, I feel like this is some sort of setup, or you know what I mean, railroading. It just seems wrong.
And when it comes to like them like commercial, I'm gonna say commercialized stuff like industry and all that, you know, when you reach a certain level of profession, you know, you have I like to call them gatekeepers, and you know, Lisa Leslie is one of them. You know what I'm saying? She's one of them. You know what I'm saying? You got the elder veteran players, you know, and they just, when you come into certain stuff, you know what I'm saying, they try to manipulate you into stuff, you know what I'm saying, because you don't know nothing about the game like you think you know. You think you coming here to play basketball, but that ain't just even just the case, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
business side.
You have to be strong up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, but they take a lot of your strength away. So you know, to be locked up for something that, you know, I don't know, what is weed legal in that country, or is it just, you know, an American thing where they've legalized it in almost every state? I just think it's just at some point, like, I don't think that she would be stupid enough if it wasn't legal to go and try and get on a plane or something like that and to have cannabis oil. I just think that's a joke, and I think it's insulting to her to even put her in that category. I just don't feel like it's something deeper. It's not just that. You done piss somebody off, and they trying to get their get back. That's how I feel. But I might be wrong.
Well, also I have read, I forgot to mention, the hash oil is actually illegal over in Russia and under the federal law. So that's why they took her.
Why would she take that to the airport?
Exactly.
Your guess is good as mine.
But you know what? Maya just made a good point. She said, but how did they even know to check?
True.
Right.
Exactly.
I guess just because she was a tall melanite lady, that she looked suspicious because she had on a dark hoodie. So I guess their genome system was tinkling.
Right.
Okay, did she know it was in there, or
did somebody plan it and she didn't know? Because I wouldn't go to the airport with nothing illegal in my suitcase. I've seen enough movies about what they do to people who try to take stuff illegally into America. I just
absolutely.
I think it's
or who don't follow their rules. You know,
we've lost Carbon for a second. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We're running a little bit over time. That's okay. We'll finish it out. When we come back, we're going to talk about Tupac. We'll be right back. All right, Carbon's back and we're back.
That was great. Hey.
Hey.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having technical difficulties and I don't understand why.
It's okay. We can see you and hear you. Why you get if you throw it over to Natasha? Natasha, you have some stuff about Tupac you want to talk about. Let's have that conversation.
Yes, please.
I saw a video. It was on YouTube Shorts that Tupac had. I guess it was just an interview that he had, and he was talking about how, you know, we have a lot of people in this country who have a great deal of money, and that there should be no reason why we have anybody in this country who does not have a home, who do not have clothes or proper clothing for whatever weather they're in. Just the simple, basic necessities of life. There is no reason why everybody should not have some. And so I started thinking about it, and I said I wanted to get everybody's opinion on how they would look at if you had a nice amount of money, instead of donating it to different organizations and stuff, which I don't think that they get the money, and I have examples of that. But how do we still have people who are destitute and who are looking for just the normalcies of life? That's my main question.
Governance.
Yes, I'm saying governance.
Okay, because this is my thought on it. Like I said earlier in the meeting, I have two separate thoughts on that, right? One, some people love to be homeless. Some people do not want the responsibility of paying bills. They've said it, and I think it's weird or strange, but it's whatever. That's how they feel. My other thought is I think that's absolutely correct, because I feel like we are so hell-bent on crabs in a barrel that we don't want our fellow man to get before us. And so we don't lean back and put our hands back and bring people up with us. That's just my thought.
Exactly. I think that it comes from insecurities in some people, that they don't want somebody to up them, by one or whatever. And I think it's the most selfish thing in the world. I have given when I had very little. And I know where it comes from, because when I needed something from somewhere, I wasn't able to get it. But in order for me to continue to live and to be the person that I am, I had to kind of overlook it. I have to think about who I'm willing to share any wealth that I have with. But
you know what, Natasha?
I still have a
you
problem.
told me a long time ago that sometimes everybody cannot be helped with financial and monetary, because you can ruin their life by also helping them monetarily, because you don't know the struggles that they're dealing with. I had to learn that in a very hard way. And you can also give to people who will misuse the funds and different things that you have given to them as well. So it is such that's such a great ass topic. You know what I mean? I would love to hear what everybody else
has. For me personally, when it comes to I give when I feel led to give, because there's times where I want to give, but then I feel like Spirit is telling me don't. You know what I'm saying? For whatever the reason, you know what I'm saying? So I try to go off my spirit when it comes to giving and things like that. But that's just me. That's just how I roll.
Oh, it's not just you. I do too, because I heard about the kids that were abused by their parents. And these were kids, 13 kids. They were raised, and they were the ages of like 1 up to like 29. And their parents were convicted of, mistreating them and things like that. And so a lot of money was donated to these kids. And they have not been able to get $1 of it because of red tape. That's what was told. And so they have all this money, but they have not been given the money. They're still suffering and struggling, and the parents are locked up. And it makes you wonder, how does that happen? How does that happen?
Because
I just don't get
you
it.
have the greedy people at the top. You have these organizations were originally founded with good intention. You know what I'm saying? And over time, these entities, these whatever you want to call them, come and infiltrate these positions and flip them and turn them into something that they were never meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So now you got the fat cats on top, where the money should be going to the people. They pocketing that money. Let's be real. It's the equivalent of y'all remember Sally Struthers?
Yes.
Y'all remember her okay. Feed the Africans, feed the whatever.
Yes.
Her fat ass. Yeah, she was eating all that damn money. You know what I'm saying? Like all the money she raised through the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? All them children should have been fed, but no, her and her partners was getting that money. Of course they were.
And now they got the dogs on
Sally Struthers over crying herself. Sally Struthers was crying just like Tammy Faye Baker, just makeup running, just crying for no reason and stealing money.
Yeah.
She was getting bigger every time we saw her, she was getting bigger because she was eating all that rice and beans that they were sending over there.
Right.
Man.
That's what man. It's like y'all like donated all this money and they eating rice.
She 350 and everybody over there, you can see they ribs, but she 350. Right. Like, stop it.
Exactly. And now that I know what I know about certain things, I'm just not willing to. I would rather give my money to somebody just walking on the street, and I look at them and they maybe they hold their stomach and I know they're hungry. I'd rather give it to them than to give it to any of these organizations, especially like FEMA and all that kind of stuff. I just don't see where they, I just don't. I'd rather put it in the hand of the source.
I've come to the conclusion these people at the top of these institutions, they not human. There's no way you could be human.
Not at all.
And do what you do to people. You know what I'm saying? Even the not most perfect person is gonna try to at least do something right by, you know what I'm saying? Even if they do got that greed on them. Yes, Governor.
I kind of want to hear like what Gaia and Chaz's opinion is, because Chaz, you do our money segment. You know what I'm saying? And Gaia, so, excuse me, I know you see a lot of different things with families.
I thought we were talking about the giving and things. I feel that I overgive. Like I'll give my last. That's the kind of person I am, and so I got to work on that.
Well, it really, I guess the conversation is like Tupac said, why are there millionaires and there's still people homeless?
Poor.
Oh yeah, I do. I agree that they have chosen. Well, I believe a lot of them may have chosen to live that life.
I come from a different angle. I know that there are people who have been in difficult situations, myself included. And I've always worked. I've always, put into the pot is what I like to say. But when I have had to try to get something back from that same pot, it was taken by people who never put in, never even tried to.
Yeah.
So, right. I can understand people wanting to just kind of go off the grid and just saying, you know what, I don't want to pay an electric bill. I don't want to pay rent. I don't want to do this, because you feel like you're being scammed every day, which is what I feel like. But I can't stop giving to someone that I feel is in need. I feel like it would do something to me if I did not follow,
try to help
my heart and give.
What were you saying, Chaz?
I was agreeing with Natasha, like at least try to help. Maybe it may be $20, $50, maybe not have it all, but at least give something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it comes back and hunt me. You know what I'm saying? If I don't help with something, a certain situation. Now, however, you have those people that constantly repeatedly like trying to have their hands out. Be aware of those. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of those. Now, however, if they hit you up maybe once, you know what I'm saying? Hey, twice, long time down the year, I don't mind it.
Right.
I tend to agree with Governess. I believe she said this in the past. I believe a lot of these millionaires, especially the melanite ones, are straight up told you can't do that. Period. If you want to keep what you got, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. I feel like a lot of them are told that. Like, no, that's not, if you want to keep what you got, you can give the illusion of certain things, but for real help, no, you can't do that.
One thing that I can say,
I could be wrong,
is
but
that
that's just how I feel.
I have always worked. I have a lot of training. I've worked. I had good jobs. I had bad jobs. I've always not tried to lean on the system. I don't like having to wait for somebody to give me anything. If I figure if I go out and I work for it, it's mine. You better give it to me, and that's it. But there have been times when I needed and I could not ask because I was at work. That's the problem that I have. That I family members. I have people in my family who are well off. They don't need anything. They don't want for anything, but they will hear, which I'm sure they will hear about somebody needing something in the family, and it's never offered. And some people, if you're like me, we're not going to ask. And I just think it's that people need to start looking more into doing something for others. Like, we all can't be number one. We might have a number 2,000, and they may need $50 so that they can pay their rent or pay their light bill, whatever the matter is. And I've always been to where I made enough to to not qualify for any assistance, but I made too much to actually be able to afford the stuff that I had. So
right. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, Natasha. Chaz, what do you want to jump in and say?
I was gonna say like that has a lot to do with like generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Coming on our side as a melanated community, like a lot of us wasn't born into like money and stuff like that, but those who were, you got to look at the background of their history, like what how did they receive that money? Why was that money inside their family? You know what I'm saying? And why it like Fox said, y'all got all this money. Why are we all still struggling? You know what I'm saying? Just as a community, but our community is like one of the least communities that's gonna stick together and what I'm saying, put our money together to get what we need to be, to succeed and get back on top. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Governess, what do you think?
What was I going to say? Oh, I was just going to say that also I do believe that mental illness and all of those things may play a part in that, because I see families every day that end up homeless and they have to be a part of like hero programs and things and receive aid that way. So like that's the other side to it, because I didn't want to leave it at everybody's just, choosing to be that way. Some do have mental illness.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of different things that plague our people as a Melanite community. And a lot of it has to do with the indoctrination of false ideologies and false understandings of money is the root of all evil and things like that you are taught growing up. And so when you have that in your mind, then money is evil to you, and it is very hard for you to not only obtain it, but to, to keep it. And so I feel like it is a lot of the ways that we have been trained in society. Maya, what you think?
I would definitely agree with what you're saying, Quatita, in terms of being indoctrinated, because you'll give your last in church and you'll say that, I want to be blessed richly, so I'm gonna I'm going to give richly, though I know I'm not rich. My quote unquote Father in heaven will bless me because it's a sacrifice and it never happens. So you find yourself developing this need to be seen by the powers that be as being faithful in giving, but there's nothing being given to you other than just being taken for a ride, so you hold on to them. Well, maybe I'm not giving more, so you're trying to rack your brain trying to figure out, well, what else can I give? You're giving everything that you have and nothing is being given back to you. It's a moot point. Like, you're just going in circles. It's just kind of insanity at that point, you know what I'm saying? And then you tell me that if I don't give, it's a sin, because I'm not giving enough. It's my curse. Like, it's the root of all evil. And then if I'm giving what I've got, you're telling me I need to give more. Like, I can't keep up with the lies.
But you know what? When you say that, Maya,
part of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have struggled in the past with, I'm a giver by nature, but I struggle with giving too, because it's like, damn, you was just out here yesterday, or damn, you out here every week. Is this your job? You're able-bodied. You could actually go and, get you something so that you don't have to do this. But a lot of them have jobs. This is just a second job, extra income. A lot of them get multiple checks a month. Then, it becomes, well, do I give them something? You have to make a decision or run the risk of driving off feeling bad because you had something to give and you couldn't. And then it's like, I respect the ones who know, hey, I know I'm a drug addict. I know I'm a drunk. And I don't have money. I respect you for coming to me and telling me and asking me, you know what I'm saying? Because you know your habit. It's just so many moving parts, so many different pieces to this puzzle.
Yeah, for sure. But what you said, Maya, reminds me of something that Governor said as far as the religious aspect that got us chasing our tails. That's what all that clicked for me when you were saying that. And Governor says all the time they have us chasing our tails, and we are in that. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're chasing our tails in that aspect because it's like you said, it's a game. It's like you give and then, but you didn't give enough, and whatever the case may be. So I get
cat
you,
and mouse per se.
I totally get it. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Yeah.
What did you say, Darby?
I said like cat and mouse per se.
Yeah. I think it was interesting. That's why I put that up there, that they said, in the words of the Reverend Ike, the lack of money is the root of all evil. And I think maybe if even hearing it that way, it might have made a difference. You know what I mean? That's not the way it was always given. It was given that money itself is the root of all evil.
Yeah, because I used to think, like, if I have all this money, if you have all this money and then, like, you don't really know how to spend it, then what's the point of having the money? Because they say the money is the root of all evil. So if I have all this money, am I evil because I want money, or I feel like I want to have money so I can have nice things, or just because I have nice things that doesn't make me evil? But I mean, I don't want to look poor, but then I don't want to look too rich. So which is it?
Confused.
Well,
exactly.
Go. I was gonna say. I think that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Who was talking? My apologies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can go after you. That's fine.
No, go for it, please.
Okay. I think that the biggest issue that I have is there's no unity in our community, and there is no, I guess, self-love. I have a problem with, I have some family, but there are families that I've heard of where the younger generation would help the older generation while they were in college, whether they were going to, to a university, or whether they were doing vocational training or whatever. But then they, get their degrees and they move on, they make good money. But the ones that help them get there, they don't get the same support because it's no longer there. And so, because they can't have the same things offered to them that were offered to the older generation, they kind of fall between the cracks, and then you end up with this middle class and lower middle class who have these issues, and there's no one really to help them. me, us.
Right.
Well,
'Cause I'm in
listen,
that,
I
you
Right,
know,
right,
know
right.
Maya
I've
can
been,
attest to this as well,
Hold on,
where
Natasha.
during Hurricane Katrina, people were given money and they went and bought
they
purses
were.
and shoes
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they
these
did.
and not really did what they should have done with it. And that's one of the risks you run. But then the church folk tell you, you can't really say how people should spend it. No, listen, if I give you money to pay your rent, pay your rent.
Exactly.
Okay,
You
exactly.
pay your rent.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Because I'm
Because that's
pretty
what
sure
you
you
asked for the
can't live
money
in a
for.
purse
Right.
or a shoe.
You cannot.
Exactly. You can't. No matter how hard you try. But people like me, when the housing, what is it, Section 8, when those lists came open, I was at work. I didn't know the list were open because they didn't, email them to people who were at work. They emailed them to people who were there every other day and who could sit there and wait for the list to open. The system is flawed, is what I'm saying. And so when I saw the video with Tupac, it kind of brought up some things that I've never really been able to say because I don't want to look like I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm willing to work for everything I have, but I'm older now. I have health issues. There are certain things that I can't afford like I used to. And I'm a veteran. I go to the Veterans Administration. I get the woman at the front desk who is mad because I'm trying to get some assistance from something that I put in. I've done my part.
Yeah.
But I have to beg you to do your part as far as turning in my paperwork when I give it to you.
That's because they
and
have
it's
been
just,
swayed,
there's so many things
Natasha.
that,
You know what I mean? They have been swayed.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Natasha, and I've dealt with it. Like, what you got an attitude for? This ain't coming out of your pocket. But when I used to work at a daycare in the middle of the projects where I lived at, right? And they'll come and drop their children off, and we would see them walking around the projects because they would pass by the windows where their kids are, where they supposed to be at work. They supposed to be making a way. They have appointments they haven't got to, but they smoking weed, walking around in short dresses. I'm just telling you what the fuck, excuse me, what I saw.
It's the truth.
You understand me? And it was disgusting.
Right.
And my daughter, I was raising my daughter at the time, and I pulled her to the door. I said, come here, let me show you something. I said, you see that? It was a young lady walking around the project. She had on a very short dress with heels on. I said, if you ever want to live that life, you can't live here with me. And I meant that.
Exactly. Exactly.
I meant that.
Good for you for having standards. Good for you.
Understand me?
Exactly.
And because of that, it's always someone that wants to get over on the system, and they've seen it. And so no matter who is coming in, they're treating everybody the same, and not everybody is the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
I know we
Absolutely.
got we need to take
That's
a,
when you need to
a
be
break.
biased on your job. I feel like a person who does that. I'm sorry, I was saying that a person who does that and they look at everybody as if they're under the same category, you don't need that job. I'm sorry. Move out of the way and I can sit down and take it from you because you don't come in here prejudging everybody. I'm not the same as them.
Right.
I've never been one to lay on anything. And I do nowadays, I would say more often than not, I see people who have not contributed receiving all the benefits, and I sit out and I struggle. And I go to work sick and nobody cares. So
no, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's totally not fair. Don't mean to cut you off, but we got to take a commercial break real quick, okay?
Great.
We're gonna be right.
This is a company that I use. This is toothpaste. This is all melanite, Black owned. I love it. I use it every day.
And we're back
Girl,
from
what
the
you over there
break.
looking at?
Hey.
Your head been turned this whole time, but you over there looking at guy.
We can't hear you.
I have no idea. I was eating a Snickers. Sorry. I'm hungry.
We keep trying to figure out what you over there looking at because you like this the whole time.
Right.
What is she looking at over there?
Where am I looking? I don't even know.
You looking to the side this way.
This way?
Yes.
I got notes and stuff over here. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Carmen.
You're on the job.
Okay. So as we know, I've been having some technical difficulties. So let's move this thing right along. What is our next on our agenda? I am so sorry, folks. I believe, if I was not mistaken, let's shoot it over to
Chase. We could go to Chase and then we can either let governors end it.
Okay.
After that.
Okay. Well, let's go to Chaz. What do you have for us today?
Today I have for you guys is we're gonna do a pro and we're gonna do a con from the panel. Each body's gonna get a pro and a con, and it's about self. It can be about what you lack, but inside of what you lack, what makes up for that. You see what I'm saying? And for me, for my pro, I say communication. But inside the communication, I tend to shut down. And I tend to shut down is because after expressing myself to someone, people many times, pushing out that energy, and I don't receive it back, you know what I'm saying? I tend to have to step back and reflect, like, hey, I have to self-check yourself sometimes, like, what is it? But sometimes it don't even be you, it be them. So you just have to just take a step back, you know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, do I need to fool with them? Leave them alone, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting back what you dished out, you know what I'm saying? So leave them alone. I'm learning to do that, to just not receive certain energy, you know what I'm saying? Because mentally it'll mess you up in the head as well. So and another one I have is my pro. Another pro is I have acceptance, but at the same time I care too much. So aside of me accepting certain things, I shouldn't accept certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like like even with money, you know what I'm saying? Giving out money and stuff like that. Like I just feel like I give you this, but you say you want to give it back. I don't expect you to give it back, but don't keep saying you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it just never comes around to it.
Right.
So that's what I have.
Right.
Anybody else want to go next? So you have a con and you have a pro.
I don't mind going next.
Okay.
Someone else said.
Go for it.
I think that one of my pros is that I've always been a person who I'm like a sponge. Any new information, any old information, anything that I can find out that I didn't know before, I feel like is a plus to me. And so I continually, every single day, I try to learn something different. I try to learn new things so that I can be whatever I need to be on whatever job I have. And so I've always been able to cap out with the amount that I'm supposed to make. You know, I go to the top because I'm a hard worker and I care about, I work in the medical field. I cared about my patients. So that always did me good. But a con for me is I always give too much to people who are probably not deserving of it. People that I should have known, I should have looked right at them and said, look, this is somebody you don't want to mess with. Run as fast as you can, get the hell away from them and you know, never look back. But I was always that one who said, but what if? That's been a pro and con for me.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to go next?
I can go.
All right, Ms. Guy.
Okay. So my pro and con are very much similar. My con is I don't listen at all, very much so. And if I need to listen to save my life, I'd be dead because I can't listen. Like, I don't know if it's I can't hear, then I can't see, and I just be trying to like read lips and look close, but it's anyway. So I don't listen.
Okay.
And then my pro is that I am a good listener when it counts.
Oh, so you have selective hearing.
Yeah, when I got
that's what I heard too. That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
When it counts.
Yeah, but when it gets to like, if I gotta talk to you and I gotta talk fluff, I ain't gonna remember nothing, and like it's just gonna be anything flying out. So those are my pros.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Maya J, you wanna go next?
Listen. This is a loaded question for me, so I'm gonna keep it really simple. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't have a lot of money, but I make up for it in being funny. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, and there it is. All right.
Short and to the point.
To the point.
That's all I got.
Hey, it is what it is. We ain't mad at
It
you.
is what it is.
That's too funny. Darby, you want to go?
Okay. So I was just over here trying to ramble up something that I could think of. I may have got them backwards, but I think my con would be of me being maybe too blunt or being too straight up or to the point. Because I don't like the whole wishy-washy, either you want this or you want that. I need to know, is it a yes or a no? And the pro would probably be I need to be more considerate of their feelings and listen more so than being so cutthroat.
Okay.
Because I do,
Oh, hey, at least you
I'm
know
pretty
what
good
you're
at being
owning it.
cutthroat about it. Because even my friends will always say, "Why you always being so blunt?" I say, I don't, try to be. It's just that I'm just asking, and I just need to know either you this or you that.
Are
And
you a
then
Capricorn?
no, I'm an Aquarius. Thank you so much. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
Darby, you'll learn. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
I
That's
know.
the cutthroat right there.
How you say it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can
Right,
get
he
away
didn't
with saying
care
some
for me.
foul stuff to people. You can if you know how to say it. I'm just saying.
I do. I say it nicely, and then
Can
I
I say
smile.
something?
Yeah, that's the cutthroat right there, Darby.
Listen, I would just like to say, Darby and I share a birthday. Okay.
Oh.
I just recently found out. And when I tell you that he and I are one and the same, like I'm cutthroat, but the only thing I do is I smile when I'm giving it to you. You know, a
Nice
boss
man.
tells me,
I just look straight. I just look at him
didn't do
straight.
this and didn't do
Because
that.
I know if you smile,
See, I
that'll
told
scare
my
him
boss,
more. If you add a little smile to it, that'll scare him more.
yeah,
That's why I just look at
smile. But I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna
Darby.
say what I got to say. I'm gonna say what I got to say, and so I believe everywhere he said. Yeah,
Yeah, so I say, let me
it
see.
is. I just
What
put a
about
smile on
governance?
it.
My con, my pro is that I feel like sometimes I'm too loving, right? Too loving, too giving, too trusting. That's my pro. My con is my temper is so quick that I sometimes are attacking those who love, and I sometimes don't see the difference. So.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'll see how that would happen. I will see because it's
Right.
especially when it's family. I will see how that happens.
Carbon.
Okay, so I guess my pro would be I'm loyal. I'm a loyal person almost to a fault. And I think my con would be sometimes Carbon can be very impatient. Yes, he can. And that's just being real. I have a thing about what I feel like is stupidity. Yeah.
Pet peeve.
If I feel like it's stupid, Yeah, yeah, all the yeah. So yeah, patience, stupidity kind of thing. That would be my con for sure.
Yeah.
That's a
You
pet
said
peeve of
stupidity?
mine.
Hmm.
Did
It's a
you say
pet peeve.
stupidity? Oh,
Yes,
okay, okay,
stupidity.
okay.
Stupidity is the pet peeve.
Child, I get a lot of
For
that.
sure,
Unsmart.
for sure. That is a pet peeve for sure. Like, come on, you. Yeah. Anywho. All right. So has everybody got their pros and their cons in? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Hey, okay. So, governess, you have anything you wanna maybe read one of the audience members or something, or something you want to tell us this evening, or?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see what Yehuda has to say. Candid conversation with Yehuda very briefly. Let's see. Let me just listen.
Mhm. Maybe for one of the panelists also. Just throwing that in there.
So it is basically a general read for the community. Okay. Yehuda Spirit says there's getting ready to be an abundance of money flowing through the community of your. They say he said your panel and of the community. So I'm going to say that. But he also says to not allow those to knock you off balance and allow your pockets to run dry before they even filled.
Gratitude.
Okay.
Gratitude received that.
I receive that. Listen.
And then
Mhm.
I'm going to listen. And for one of the community people, and I hope I say your name, pronounce your name correctly, Tantiana Simon. No one is pushing you back but you're the only one that's holding you back, and every time you take a step forward you're taking 2 steps backwards. And when you lay down something that you say you're going to do and you don't fulfill the obligations given by yourself, you're only hurting yourself. Stop breaking windows that belong in your own house. So if you're breaking the windows in your house, that's why you're cold. You understand me? So learn to go break other people's windows. I'm just saying, not for real, but I'm just saying, don't break the windows in your own house. You're the only one that's holding yourself back, Miss Simon. I show gratitude, Yehuda.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Appreciate that. Absolutely. So let's switch over to what here for it. We got some celebrity gossip this evening. Anybody? No here for it this evening. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay, cool. Well, I've had a good time this evening. How about y'all?
Absolutely. We made it work because we sit in the same room, so we had to make it work. It was echoey, but we made it work.
Hey, if you ain't got a couple of glitches, something not right. There we go. No, but this has been a wonderful evening with you all. I appreciate the time that I get to spend with y'all, and I can't wait. I can't wait for next week, y'all. I can't wait. Just saying. I look forward to this. I do. I can't even lie.
Right.
Ready to have those difficult conversations that nobody wants to talk
about. It's nothing like talking about stuff with people, like-minded people, even though you might not agree all the time, but the basis of your thought process is basic. You know what I'm saying? I like that person.
I wanted to say this too while we was talking about Tupac, because I really wanted to go deeper into Tupac itself as well as that conversation. But I did want to go deeper into Tupac. I'm going to say it is my strong belief that the rapper Akil is Tupac Shakur.
I believe that.
That's why I said when it was brought up, when the topic was brought up, I was like, I'm so over it. You know what I'm saying? I was just so over it because of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because of that situation, I was just like,
Right.
So I just wanted to throw that in there and say that I'll see y'all next week. I show gratitude. Go ahead, Carmen.
Show gratitude. Gratitude, everybody.
Gratitude to the community. Yeah, we gotta find something to get us
Gratitude,
out of here,
community.
Carmen. We gotta find something catchy to say to take us out.
I know. Okay, let's
You know how
see.
Russell Simmons used to be like, see y'all be black next week, you know.
I'm gonna come up with something. I don't know. I got a couple of stuff, y'all. But y'all have a great week. Seriously, have a great week, committee. We love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
I'm gonna come up with something. I am. Watch.